I don't really want to do this. I haven't heard this nonsense. I haven't heard this geezer nonsense for a while though. And
If you burn on Burns, I'm
sorry.
leaving. If you burn on Burns, I don't know if he's there or not. I can't see.
Yeah, Burns is
But
next as well. There's one ahead of
Hamza, I
Burns, and
just
then
had
there's
to.
Burns.
My blood pressure is.
I've
okay.
not heard his nonsense for ages, and
I heard 2 days ago.
he never lasts long in the arena anyway. So let's hear the nonsense he's got. It's Frank.
Oh my God, Hamza, you.
But this is the arena. This is not
Greetings, men.
the F Tower. So there's no kid gloves here. What do you want, Frank?
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Unfortunately,
okay. I just want to check this microphone's okay. Yeah, Hamza, you know, I've been to Speaker's Corner 3 times, and unfortunately, I've never met you there. But if I did meet you there, you know, you wouldn't be able to mute me or cut me off. You know, you'd have to defend Islam, defend the Quran. So
I'll
now
just
I'm
make
going
you
to
look
ask,
stupid in front of everyone, mate.
so now I'm going to ask, can you defend the Quran?
I'll just make you look stupid in front of everyone.
Okay, well, that's your challenge. Have you heard of the Caspian Gate?
No.
Okay, and I'd encourage anyone watching this to just Google Caspian Gate. So back in 330 BC, Alexander, when he was conquering the Persian Empire, he pursued Darius III through narrow mountain passes near the Caspian Sea. And these came to be known as the Gates of Alexander. But over time, a myth grew up about it. And by about the 1st century, like Josephus wrote about it. And this myth grew up that Alexander had built this gate of iron to keep out, well, what the Greeks called Scythians, keep the barbarians out. So there's this iron gate, and when and he wrote about it twice, and he said he identified the Scythians, however you want to pronounce it, he had identified them with Gog and Magog. And Pliny wrote about it too. There's a whole lot of ancient writers wrote about it. But by the 7th century, this legend had sort of grown and grown. And there's a romance of Alexander, and there's the Syriac Alexander legend. And what they're basically saying is that they're really propaganda pieces for the Byzantine emperor, to say that the Byzantine emperor, who was a Greek speaking and so on, that he was the kind of the spiritual successor of Alexander, and he was keeping the barbarian forces at bay. And so he was the descendant of Alexander, and they kind of Christianized Alexander as if Alexander had been a proto-Christian king, even though he was a pagan. And the thing is, nearly everything in all the points that you find in the Dul-Qarnain story, they're in that story. And as I say, Gog and Magog, that comes from Josephus. So you've got a legend, which everyone acknowledges it's just a legend, is there in the Quran, in the Dul-Qarnain story.
So what's your point?
Well, I'm saying that here's a myth, a legend that was around at the time, and what Muhammad, whoever wrote the Quran, he just heard stories.
There's your problem. See, there's your problem. See, the problem is, you're trying to work in your paradigm. And you work in our paradigm, or you work in your paradigm. You can't work in both.
Yeah, Islam's in a category of its own. I know that.
No, you work in our paradigm. So we don't believe Muhammad wrote the Quran or was the author of the Quran. We don't believe he lied and was crazy or was deceived into claiming an angel spoke to him. We don't believe this thing. If you want to make that claim, make that claim. Yeah, because that's what you're trying to say. So you're trying to say, well, Muhammad wrote the Quran. Yeah, so you're saying he lied. Or he's crazy.
No, I didn't say he wrote it. He told the stories. Others wrote it down.
Well, he told the stories. So an angel didn't speak to Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him.
Well, does the Quran say that?
Do you believe an angel speak? He said that.
No. Well, it's not. The Quran doesn't say that.
Prophet Muhammad said that. Prophet Muhammad said that.
Where did he say that? It's not in the Quran.
Okay.
But what is in the Quran? What is in the Quran is a story about.
Here's your problem. You see, here's your problem. You're asking me what the Prophet Muhammad said, and then asking me to find that in the Quran. Okay. The Quran is not the words of Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. We find the words of Muhammad in the Hadith and the reports from his companions. That's where we find that. We don't. The Quran is not a biography of Muhammad. Yeah. on what he said and what he went and what he did and all of these things. The Quran is not that. The Quran is history of man, yeah, and guidance for man and a warning of man's future. Yeah, that's the Quran. So to ask me to find things that the Prophet ﷺ said based in the Quran, or it tells me straight away you don't understand Islam. You don't understand that paradigm. Okay, so yes, Muhammad, peace be upon him, claimed an angel came to him in the cave of Hira and told him he was a messenger of God.
When did he say that?
And for 23 years, he received revelation from this same angel. Okay, this is his claim. Okay.
No, it's not. No, this is just all fabrication.
Why is it?
Look, what was Josephus a Muslim prophet?
Stop. Why was it?
Was Josephus a Muslim prophet?
Why was it
a simple
fabrication?
question?
Why was it fabrication?
Well, I can't find any truth in it. It was written hundreds of years after
Who cares
Muhammad.
what you can find? You're saying it's fabricated. Give me evidence for its fabrication.
Well, I've just given you one.
Trust me, bro, ain't gonna fly here.
We
Give me
start with the
evidence for its
Quran.
fabrication. No, we're not
Start with the Quran.
We'll talk about the claim of Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him.
I'm starting with the.
I'm not.
I don't think.
Well, I'm not. I'm starting with the claim of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him.
What makes Muhammad
Well, he made the claim an angel spoke to him.
What makes
Are you
Muhammad
saying
a prophet?
he was a liar?
Well, he didn't say it, so how could he be a liar?
Well, he didn't say an angel spoke to him.
No,
He didn't.
no. It's not in the Quran. It's something so important.
Goodbye, Frank. I tried. I'm not going to waste my time with you. I spent 5 minutes explaining to you that we don't believe the Quran contains the speech and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. It is not a biography of Muhammad. Just because your Bible is all amalgamated, this is not the Quran. The Quran is the word of Allah, separate from it. Oh, I tried. Was I fair with him?
Actually, can you run him back for a second if he's still there?
I've kicked him.
Oh, you've kicked him. Okay. Yeah, I think
you can say what you want to say, though.
No, I mean, like, listen, the Quran does not make the claim that the Dhul-Qarnayn or the Caspian Gates are what is referenced. That is his assumption. He seems to think that because there is one popular story in the Greco-Roman myths about it, that can only be the possible person who built a gate. But there are actually many gates extending as far as the Don River in modern-day Russia, all the way down to Azerbaijan. It's not just one. So there are multiple stories that revolve around a gate being built to keep the hordes out of Eastern Europe, basically. So it's not unique to Islam. And in any case, the Quran does not name the location or the place. So this is just him with his own interpretation, making an assumption that the Quran nor the prophetic Sunnah makes. So I can reject his assumption and the argument is done there. But we can go a step further. If similarity in story means that the story is a myth, or what happens to Jesus, a messianic type figure doing miracles? How unique? How special? Well, it isn't, right? You've got Apollinaris, you've got the Egyptian. It's not the only figure that's messianic-like and does miracles. So this thing of similarity is inconsistent, and I don't think he's serious about the argument. I would recommend he stop trying to poke holes in Islam and spend more time steel manning his own faith, because let me grant you that Islam is false. What happens to your Christianity? It doesn't prove Christianity to be true, especially his unique Frankian brand of Christianity. And in any case, even if he came to speak, I don't think he'd enjoy speaking to you very much. He'll get shut down pretty quickly, and it's not a very nice atmosphere when you're clowned on in public. But that's my take on it, Hamza or Yusuf.
I'm like you said, removing him is just saving him from humiliation.
So
the problem he has, if he's trying to say that, because this story sounds something familiar, therefore it was made up, well, then the Trinity and the idea of a concept of a virgin being giving birth to, it's in numerous previous religions prior to Christianity.
It's not unique.
It's not a unique thing. So we could say the same thing. Well, they've stole the story of the Trinity, and they've stole the story of this virgin birth and all of these things, and the Christians invented this thing using these. It's the same. This is the headache I get with Frank. Yeah, he comes with a standard that refutes his own position every time. He was mocking flying donkeys. Yet he's happy with talking donkeys, for example. It's like, well, what is that? Well, so talking donkeys are okay, but ones that fly are not okay. I'm not saying we believe in flying donkeys, but it was just the principle of it. And you believe in talking snakes, and what you're a bloody Christian, mate. You believe in miracles. You believe in miraculous things that defy the norm. You can't come on
Four-legged
here.
chickens. Four-legged chickens is the one that gets me all the time. I've
Four-legged
never seen a
chickens.
four-legged chicken. And to make it worse, the mustard seed is not the smallest seed in the world. Like basic things that it gets wrong.